Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Meg, and today we are going to be doing an October garden harvest. This is going to be my final garden harvest before my thyroid surgery. I have thyroid cancer, I'm getting it removed, and I just wanted to kind of like go around and harvest everything that I can before surgery because I'm gonna be recovering for a little bit. It is October, and here in North Carolina, October is usually like full-blown pepper season. All of the peppers start ripening all at one time, and you kind of have to like harvest them all at one time and then deal with that abundance. And the peppers will continue to ripen all the way up until frost. So this is not the last harvest of the season. There will probably be multiple more harvests of peppers. So I've got peppers to harvest. I've got some squash. There is a loofah that I'm seeing here that looks ready. It's just one that kind of matured before all the rest. So I think I'm gonna pick that one, see how it's coming along. And I'll show you guys how I get the sponge out. It'll be like a little tester before all of them ripen and are ready to harvest. The brown ones are the ones that I'm looking at. These are ready. I'm gonna do a whole video on loofahs. So if you're like, oh my God, I really want more information on how this grows, just hold out for that video. When a loofah turns brown like this, and it is sounding pretty crispy, like that, that is how you know it's ready. It's completely dried out and it's ready, and it's turned into a sponge. These green ones here are not ready. They've kind of maxed out in size, but they are gonna start drying out soon. We've got one here that's kind of in the middle stages of drying out, so they turn yellow first, then they start turning brown. Loofahs are edible, but I have not eaten them before. When they are young, a little bit larger than this, but when they're young and tender, they're edible, and a lot of cultures eat loofah. My neighbor Minchi, she's Filipina, she said that they have a dish that they make with loofah. Some Indian friends have sent me messages saying that it's used a lot in Indian cuisine, so I really need to try one. But what I have been so excited for are the sponges. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one because I think this one's the driest. Okay, so to kind of like release the sponge, like loosen it up in there, you've gotta do the most ASMR thing ever. So here's some gold ASMR. You just gotta crunch it. So you just crunch it until you can kind of like start peeling off the skin like this, which is also very ASMR. See the sponge? Let me do like a closer. So once you carefully kind of remove the skin, all the seeds are in here, so we've got to shake the seeds out. So I can tell that I even harvested this a little early because it still has just a little bit of moisture I can feel in it, and the seeds aren't like releasing readily. So that means it's still got a little bit of moisture in there. So I actually might just leave this to kind of like dry in the sun for a few days, and then hopefully the seeds will come out a little bit better. But I'm gonna be making a whole loofah video when all the rest of them are ready. So if you wanna know more about loofahs, just stay tuned for that video. I'm gonna grab that squash that I have on the squash trellis. Look how pitiful it's looking. I hate this time of year when everything starts dying back and you're just like, oh, it looks so pitiful. It looks like one of my chickens that's molting right now. There's a big butternut hiding somewhere in there, and then there's another butternut because the squash plants, the butternut, has decided to grow all the way down here and kind of just start taking over the walkway. There's another butternut in there. This is my hybrid squash that I talked about in my last video. I believe it is a hybrid between honey nut and trombetta. And in here we've got a butternut that is hiding in these chives, trying to hide from the pests and just be undetected from the pests. And chives is actually really good for that because chives, like pests don't really like the smell of chives, so he's just doing what he needs to do. This is a pretty big butternut as well. I can't wait to make like a butternut soup out of this. Little butternut over here. This one's a lot smaller, but that's okay. Oh, there is oh, I think there's a spider, like a tunnel spider up under this one. Oh, let me be careful. I hate tunnel spiders. They're the worst. So yeah, this butternut and this Seminole pumpkin over here, they're like, okay, screw the trellis. We're just gonna grow along the ground. They always tend to do that at the end of the year, but they are still pumping out stuff. There's a pumpkin right there. And here's another one over here. And I'm like, guys, it's a little too late for that. But we do have like a month and a half, if we're lucky, left of frost-free conditions. So like maybe they might mature. I don't know. Time to start on the peppers. I've put it off for long enough. I hate harvesting peppers. I love growing peppers. I hate harvesting them. I think it's just because like it's a lot of work. Like they're small and you just have to pick and pick and pick. And even though you pick forever, you still miss some. So yeah, let's get to work with these peppers. I'm grabbing some of these banana peppers. Got a couple of habaneros that are ready on this one. Here is a garden bed we all know and love. It is a mess over here, but there are so many peppers back here that I need to grab. Hopefully I don't have to go back that way because we all know that I hate going through there and it's just like Spider City back there. Hopefully I can reach everything, but I don't know. Look at all these peppers. So many peppers. Over here though, my Roselle hibiscus is about to start blooming. Finally, when I planted Roselle, I did not realize that it would take so long to bloom. I didn't realize that it blooms like later in the season, in the fall. I'm hoping that it blooms and that the calyxes mature in time for me to have a pretty good harvest, like before first frost. But I don't know, every day I keep coming out here thinking that these are gonna bloom and they just don't. They're just stuck like this. So I needed to hurry up. But it is thriving. Look at how huge this Roselle plant is. This is one plant. It is massive. I also didn't like anticipate for it to get this big. It even goes all the way back over there, down here. Like it's insane. I guess if you don't know what this is, it's Roselle. Some countries call it sorrel. It's also called like, it's a type of hibiscus. I think in Mexico they call it jamaica because when I was in Mexico, I had a lot of jamaica water. And that's what I'm like excited to make the most. So it's a hibiscus, so it's in the okra family. So it kind of grows and looks like okra, but what we harvest with these are these calyxes, and like the flower will bloom and then the flower will fall off and these things will swell up, and when they're like really swollen and plump, that's when we harvest them and we make tea out of it. Or like if you're from Mexico, like agua de Jamaica is very popular. I think Jamaica, they make like a Christmassy sorrel type of drink with like cinnamon, and it's a really good thing to grow if you like nice teas and drinks and stuff. The best way I can describe the flavor is it's kind of like a tart kind of cranberry flavor, but I've only ever had it like dried and imported. I've never had it fresh, and people say that it tastes totally different fresh. So I'm like really excited to try it freshly grown. Hurry up, Roselle. I'm just gonna start harvesting. So these are serranos, and I think I'm gonna harvest them red and green because I can make two different kind of like hot sauces with these. I can make a red hot sauce and a green hot sauce. Also, I don't really care if I accidentally tear off some of the plant because we're at the end of the season anyway. I am having to really just reach into the depths here because I kind of refuse to go the back way. So I'm just gonna reach across and risk coming into contact with a spider. There are so many red jalapenos on this plant, which is amazing because I can make my red jalapeno sauce. So a lot of you have been asking me for an update, like health-wise. So I'm having my surgery on Tuesday, on October 15th. When you see this video, I may have like already had my surgery because it's in like 4 days, to remove the cancer. We did decide to just remove half at the advice of both my surgeon and my neurologist. So I am trusting them on that. So that'll be nice because I think when just removing half, it's a little bit easier of a surgery to recover from. So that's a positive. We have come to the conclusion with my neurologist that this is MS. My mimic labs came back negative, and my neuro wants to start treatment after I recover and everything from surgery. So I'm having another brain MRI in November, which I'm not excited about. I really hate MRIs, especially brain MRIs, because they put this like cage around your head and I'm claustrophobic and it's just not very fun. I'm also having it on a 3T machine, which is like twice the strength of a regular MRI machine. And when you're in a 3T machine, it feels like you're being microwaved. Like it feels like your body is just on fire. So that's not fun. It's like you can feel how strong the magnet is, which is kind of scary, but you know, whatever. I've been through them before. I'll get through it again. So I am currently getting some lab work done that I have to get done before starting treatment. And yeah, hopefully I'm gonna be on a path to recovery from all of this in just like a month, and hopefully all of this is gonna be put behind me very, very soon. Some really positive news is that there were no lesions on my spine, which is really, really good, like prognostically. So I have 5 lesions on my brain, but none on my spine. So that means it hasn't moved to my spine. Again, very, very good prognostically as far as like disease outlook over my life. It means that we caught this early. It means I can start treatment early, and it is just a really, really good thing. I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. I'm ready to get this surgery over with. I'm ready to like get started on treatment, and I'm just ready to kind of like adjust to my new normal. Already started planning my garden for next year, and this will for sure not be happening. This was way too much overcrowding, just not very smart decision making on my end. Turns out I do need to come back here because I feel like I'm not getting all of the peppers. So, but like I said, it's actually not as bad as it was last time because things just aren't really quite as full anymore. And I don't see any spiders, so it's all good. This roselle, like seeing the base of it, it is huge. Like the base is like a tree. Like honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be like a freaking tree. Also noted for next year, like maybe I need to put it in a big pot by itself or something. The eggplant is gone. The eggplant is 100% done for the season. Okay, I think that's done. I think the peppers are for sure slowing down for the season. But I think I got enough to keep me busy for the weekend. There's some other plants throughout the garden that are kind of just starting. Like I kind of planted them a little bit later. So there's gonna be lots more peppers to come, but I'm kind of thankful that I planted some of them later because then they're not all coming at one time and I like give myself a little bit of a breather in between them. Yeah, this is definitely enough to make all the pepper things. Just take a look at the base of this roselle plant. That is crazy. It is basically a tree. Oh my gosh. I had to trim up some of the roselle to even get back there. So I'm gonna give this to my chickens because they can have it and they actually love it. Here you go, ladies. You see Mavia over there? Poor girl is molting and she just looks so pitiful. See all the pin feathers that are coming back in. I hate when chickens molt. They just, they look like they're sick or something. But it's totally natural. It's totally normal. All of my followers from India, you're probably cringing that I just gave the roselle leaves to my chickens because some of you have been messaging me on Instagram like, oh, you can eat those and we eat those in Indian cuisine, and some of you have sent me recipes. And I don't know what it is about Indian food. First of all, I love Indian food. Indian food, top 2. Like I love it. It's so good. It's one of the best cuisines out there. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm intimidated to make it. I don't know why. I think like Indian food is such an art. Like there are so many spices and like you have to get the blend just right. And I just feel like it's such an artful cuisine, if that makes sense, that I'm like scared to attempt it. But I really want to. I need to go to like a cooking class or something and learn how to do it. Maybe I'll just give it a go one day. I don't see why not. I don't see why I couldn't just try it. I don't know. There's just something about it. Like I'm intimidated. Like I don't want to mess it up. I feel like Indian food is just so beautiful and so delicious. I don't want to tarnish it. But maybe I'll try. I'll try a recipe using the roselle leaves because as you saw, I have plenty. I think that's really like, that's all I can harvest at this point. There's a few things I'm still waiting on. I'm waiting on the peanuts. I'm waiting on the sweet potatoes. I'm waiting on more peppers. I'm waiting on the roselle, the loofah. I'm waiting on the fall stuff, peas, lettuce, all of that. I'm in this weird in-between period where I'm just waiting on a bunch, but I'm happy with the peppers that I got today. I'm gonna make some cowboy candy. I'm gonna pickle them. I'm gonna make some hot sauce. It's gonna be a very peppery weekend. Also waiting on the passion fruits as well. So yeah, there's still a lot to harvest in the garden this season, but I think that's it for today. This is everything I got. I think I'm gonna maybe save the butternut for, I'm definitely gonna be making some butternut squash soup because after surgery, I'm not gonna be able to eat anything chewy for like up to a week, they say. So I'm gonna make lots of soups. So I'm glad I got the butternuts to make some butternut bisque. Got all of these peppers that are gonna keep me busy. I think I'm gonna make some hot sauce with the serranos. Gonna do some cowboy candy with the jalapenos because everyone loves those for like Christmas gifts. I think with the banana peppers, I'm gonna make some basil banana pepper jelly. And I might substitute the basil for lemon balm just to try it out. I think maybe like a minty banana pepper jelly might be good. The rest of these like random sweet peppers are probably just gonna get eaten by themselves, like with dinner or something. All right, guys, that is it. We filled up the basket today. That's always nice when that happens. Thanks, garden. Really curious to know, so let me know in the comments. I want to know what you guys are harvesting in your garden right now in October. That's it for today's video. I will see you guys soon. I have been trying to really keep on schedule of posting one video a week, but as I'm recovering from surgery, I don't know if that's gonna happen. It might be 2 weeks. I just don't really know. But if you wanna see updates, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I post on my stories on Instagram pretty much every single day. I hope everyone has a great week. I hope everyone is staying safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.